Hey everybody, welcome to Mission Fitness. My name is Will Morrow. I'm usually behind the scenes, but today I'm gonna be in front of the camera. We're gonna be interviewing our really good friend for a long time, Mr. Leon Contavesprie. Welcome.
Thank you, man.
Did I say that right?
You certainly did.
I've known you since I was probably, 5 years old?
At least,
I'm
yeah.
still uncertain how to say your last name.
Yeah, our parents worked in the cafeteria. Our moms worked in the cafeteria in grammar school together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You still have a couple of my toys. I'll get those back
Those,
one day.
those little green army men, that's right.
Inside story with us. But
yeah, it's kind of weird being on this side of it.
It is weird. It's weird for me being in front of the camera. And I will say, I did go to the dermatologist today. I recommend everyone, if you have a mark on your face or on your body, go get it checked out at the dermatologist. They are willing to freeze it off your face. Maybe not do it the day you're going to be on camera, but go regardless. Definitely what we want to get out of this series is we want it to be fun, we want it to be entertaining, but we want to give you kind of an insider's view on, you know, if you're going through something similar that Leon has gone through, this will give you an insight onto maybe what to expect is going to happen. You know, sometimes the doctors don't really tell us everything that's going to happen, and what we want to do with this series is let you hear from the patient's own voice what actually happened and how they fought it and what happened. And our friend Leon, unfortunately, found out a while back that he had testicular cancer. So how did you find that out, Leon?
Well, first of all, let me say, it's a lot more relaxing to be on this side of the...
Is it?
Yeah, it's a lot less pressure.
I'm terrified right now.
Well, you don't look it.
Thank you.
You wear it well.
Thank you.
No, I've been playing volleyball probably 35, 40 years, and we were in a winter league. And, testicular cancer, a lot of people don't want to talk about it just because of the name, the word, they're scared of the word, or they could think it's dirty or silly or whatever. But so I was playing, and I mean, to be totally honest, it got in the way, if that makes any sense, and that has never happened to me before. And it started to feel like, after a while, like little needles were starting to stick, and I was like, what is that? I thought maybe it was the shorts I was wearing or something, the material or something. But this went on for about 3 weeks, and then I got to give him a shout out. One of my best friends, Michael Sullivan, he told me, you really need to go get this checked out. So I said, all right, fine. So I did, and if it's not an emergency or something, it may take you a month or two to get the appointment. So this was now in December. I had the appointment in early January, and when I went, there were no lumps or anything like that. It got bigger and it got harder. And
both or one?
No, just one. Just one. And when I went to my urologist, a fantastic doctor, he said, when he did the exam, he said, "Wow, we have to do an ultrasound." So that was on a Wednesday, and on Friday, and I remember because it was my mother's birthday of all things.
Oh wow!
I went for the ultrasound, and I was laying back. And you could see the screen is right here, and he did the one that was not a problem, and it was like this grayish color. And then he did the other one, which was a problem, and it looked like, those little burrs you get on your sock when you walk around in the woods. It looked like a huge version of that.
Wow! And
as the doctor put it, it looked angry. So
wow. It's got to be terrifying, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Guys with that, it's a very sensitive subject.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, so many things are running through your head. And he said, no, it's got to come out. We got to remove it. And then you start talking about prosthetics, which I chose not to do because he said most guys, 80% of the guys who get a prosthetic, just want it removed because it drives them crazy, because it has no feeling,
right.
So I had the surgery, had it removed, and then I saw my oncologist, and blessedly, I needed treatment, but what some people go through, I was sick, there's no doubt about it, but every time I would feel like I don't want to do this anymore, I would think about all the people who had it so much worse. I think about the children at Children's Hospital, and it's like, what, I can beat this.
Right.
And so, after the treatment was over, you went in the six months blood work, and all clear.
Wow, that's great. Yeah. But it's got to be, anytime you hear the C word, anytime you hear the cancer word.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. How did your family react? Did you get support? Were they? How was your mom? It was her birthday.
Well,
How did you,
gosh, I know. We had theater tickets that weekend. As a matter of fact, we were going to see Jersey Boys at the Sanger, and we had been planning this, and we were looking forward to it. And I called her because I went to the hospital by myself because I thought it was just going to be a test. I didn't know I was going to be there all day with the CAT scan and the blood work and all that. And I called her, and I mean, she knew I was going in for a test, and I guess you could hear it in my voice. And she said, "Are you all right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, it's you can't. They can't tell you right then and there until they have surgery and they do the biopsy and test it. But he said, "We're pretty sure it's cancer."
Right.
And they took it great. They considering it was a birthday. And I'm sorry, I'm ruining your birthday. And of course, mom,
right.
she's like, "Oh, stop, and let's just get it taken care of."
Right.
But yeah, they were incredibly supportive. And I lived alone, so taking care of yourself after surgery, is a challenge. But anything I needed, they were great.
What was could you walk after? Were you
Well,
limited on what you could do?
They have to go in through your lower abdomen, so they have to cut there and go in and retrieve the problem, and so it's difficult getting up and down. But I mean, after a day, I could take a shower. It was just you just got to be very, very careful. Right. I mean, I had a cane, that lasted for about a week or two.
Right.
It was around Mardi Gras. I still went to the
Right.
still hobbled out to the parades, but yeah.
Well, is there something that maybe happened? I know I had surgery beginning of the year, and there are a few things that happened that.
Yeah, you had
I had a little
colon cancer,
cancer as
yeah.
well.
Well, little. I mean,
stage 1, and everything was taken care of. There were things that happened that no one told me about. No one told me I've never had surgery before. No one told me out of surgery you could possibly be shaking uncontrollably. Did that happen to you? Was there one thing or two things that no one really told me this was going to happen that happened that you can share with the viewers?
Yeah. Yeah, when you have any area, and this because you had surgery there, anytime they cut your abdomen, you don't realize how much you use these muscles until you can't use them.
Right.
Or you have to be careful. Every single movement you make, whether it's getting out of the bed. As a matter of fact, my dad brought in, he brought in a lazy boy into my house, so because I couldn't lie flat. I
Right.
couldn't go on my back. That was the main thing. Otherwise, I mean, the lack of movement was the most thing. Now the treatment, that was different. I didn't have chemo, thank God. But I have radiation, and with radiation, they focus it now. It's not, way back in the day, they put you in a room and just blast the whole room. Now the field is so very specific. And
Right.
with testicular cancer, this is what guys who have this need to know. You will get sick.
Right.
I mean, the nausea medicine they have now is great, but still, I mean, you're going to get sick. It's not enough to get you to stop it, but that was the thing that. And the nausea just wouldn't stop. But that's typical for any kind of cancer treatment, But it goes away. The thing about radiation is it's progressive, so it takes time to build up in your body. So the first week you might be okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're a little tired, but then by that second week, by that third week, by that fourth week, and even after you stop treatment, it's still it takes a long time to get that poison,
Right.
I mean, it's a radiation, it's nuclear, they're putting it in your body. And it does the job, it kills what it needs to kill, but that was the thing. I mean, I'd heard, oh, you're gonna be tired, you're gonna be nauseated, but I didn't know the level to which you can get tired, where, I was in my early 40s, you come home from work, and you scoff down whatever you can possibly hold down, and you're just out.
Right. Did this affect your volleyball playing, your sports? Does it affect your sperm count? Does it affect how you walk? I don't know. These are the questions I would have.
It does. Radiation there will sterilize. Mm-hmm. So I was given the option, to stockpile, if I wanted to. I chose not to because of my age. I mean, in my mid 40s, I was, children were probably off the table.
Right.
So yeah, in terms of working out, it took about 6 months to get back on track. And I remember the first night back on the volleyball court, I lasted maybe 20 minutes, and I said, I got to stop. But you get back into it, and your body, the body's kind of amazing.
Right.
It heals itself.
Right.
If you feed it right, and you do your limited exercises and build back up into it, as long as you don't go full throttle on the first day.
Right.
Back, it's just common sense.
Was this something that you think came from genetics? Is this something you think came from an area you lived in?
Well, it's funny you say that, because you and I both lived in Destrehan at the time, and I loved Destrehan, but I don't know. It's nothing that can be attributed to any one thing. I was assured that it's not hereditary. I mean, no one in my family that we know of had it. Is it something from where we lived, near chemical plants? Was it something in the water? Was it just, we all have the cancer cells, and it just, for whatever reason, mine triggered.
Right.
And there it was.
Right. And it's one of those things that sneaks up on you, truly does. Like you feel fine, and then one day you feel a tingling, you feel something.
Yeah.
Something's not right. And especially with testicular cancer, I would think you maybe put it off a little more than you should.
There's a stigma to it.
Right.
It's like, I can't say that. Even though there have been some very famous people that have had it, it doesn't matter. Guys are afraid to self-examine. That's what I tell people all the time. There were no lumps.
Right.
There were no lumps. So it's like, well, how did you know? It's like, well, any kind of irregularity. You got to self-exam.
You got to get it.
It's the same thing with women with breast cancer. Men should be just as vigilant about it. I swear by that now.
Absolutely. What were the options as far as the cosmetic replacement of the said testicle? Is there?
It was titanium.
Titanium.
Yeah, titanium.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, there was a titanium, and is that what it was? It was titanium, and I thought, wow, that could be cool. But then I thought, no, this is, then I had to go, this is God's plan. Let's go with it. I'm not putting something. I'd rather not put something in my body
Right.
that I didn't need. It would have been for purely cosmetic reasons, and I was like, well, I'm vain, but
Right.
I'm not, I'm not that vain.
You're so vain. Well, did you have anybody to talk to that maybe has been through it, or did you went this alone, or did you?
There's a group I found online. Someone told me, a good friend of mine, Lisa Piccone, she had just gone through some horrible breast cancer and survived, and she told me, there are always groups online that you can find, and this group was called Immerman's Angels, and they're a support group, and you're assigned, once you sign up, you're assigned a survivor. They call you a fighter, and the survivor, and you just talk. We touched base about once a week, and his treatment was a little different than mine. His was a little more aggressive than mine was, but just to have someone who knew what you were going through, and just to guide you. Look, this is what you can expect at this point. This is what you can expect at this point after the surgery. So yeah, it was a great group to be a part of.
That's huge. I mean, when I had my little cancer issue, it helped me so much. I'm a talker. I want to tell people what I'm going through because I want to hear what they've been through. And once I started kind of telling people I have stage 1 cancer, I'm probably going to have surgery, and so many people just came up to me and that I work with or are friends with that I didn't even know. Some of them I knew had issues with with their colon before, but a lot of them I didn't know, and some of them had prostate cancer that they survived, and some of them had colon cancer, and that really helped me going through it. I mean, nobody really explained to me about the catheter situation, but that was another surprise.
Oh, right.
To
Yeah,
me.
no, I didn't have that.
Yeah, that was another great surprise that people need to know about. And that's what we want to come across. We want to let people know, hey, this is going to happen. You're going to wake up, and this is what you're going to wake up to. So,
and look, this is the thing. I want to say we're under 50, but we're very, 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 very close to being under 50. But we're young. Right. I mean, for all intents and purposes. I mean, I know to me 50 is the new 30. But still, I mean, so younger people do get it. And testicular cancer, I was a dinosaur for that. I was 42 when I was diagnosed. The age range for testicular cancer is between 18 and 29. That's the bulk of the cases.
Wow.
So it's like, guys, man, and what 21-year-old?
Right.
As a matter of fact, a Tulane football player last year was diagnosed, and I just sent him a message saying, hey, look, I get it.
Right.
And so really, anyone can get it. I mean, colon cancer, you take care of yourself, you're in
Absolutely.
good shape, you eat well, and it can get you, so.
Right. You never know. I mean, you never know. You gotta, if something's wrong, go get checked. If you think something's wrong, go get checked. Don't be afraid. If it's in a sensitive place,
Right.
you gotta get it looked at.
Absolutely, absolutely, because the alternative of it spreading and then, either a ridiculously long road to recovery, long and painful recovery, or ultimately death, I mean, it's not worth it.
Right.
I know sometimes, especially men, I don't need to go to the doctor. They're going to think I'm wasting their time. It's a machismo kind of thing.
Right.
It's like, look, drop it.
Right.
Drop that, leave it at the door, go get it checked out,
Right. So what advice would you leave someone who maybe thinks they have a problem or has had a problem? What would you tell
Get it checked. Call your primary care. You can get appointments quick. I know right now in our new COVID world, it's sometimes it's virtual, but that's fine too. Whatever you have to do to make sure, even if it's okay if it's, I don't know if I should, if maybe this will go away. That's probably the worst. I had a doctor tell me one time the worst sentence in the world is maybe it'll go away, because 9 out of 10 times it's not.
Right.
Our bodies are incredible pieces of equipment, but
Right.
sometimes they're not that good.
Right.
They need help.
Right. Better safe than sorry, and get it checked. And we just want to let everyone know, if you can always reach out to us at info@Mission Fitness TV. Send us an email, send us a note, look at our YouTube page. I'm sure Leon would be glad to give some advice
Yeah,
if someone
absolutely.
out there needs some
Anybody
help.
needs anything, we'll tell you what we can tell you.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you. We love you. We're glad you're still here.
Thank you, buddy. You too, man. You too.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. And Leon will be back in this chair for the next go around. And
I don't know. I think Will did a great job. I think we're going to get him back.
I will be behind the scenes from now on. Thanks a lot.